A $150 dress shirt might only cost $10 to produce from start to finish. That huge gap has nothing to do with finer materials or superior build. It fuels a full-scale branding operation instead. Right now, we are counting down 10 Australian men's clothing labels. 5 rely on names, hype, and heavy promotion to prop up their prices, while the other 5 put every dollar you spend straight into the actual garment. We kick off at number 10 with a classic local name whose cloth tells a story completely at odds with the tag attached to it. In 10th place, Country Road sets the tone for the whole name-driven pricing playbook. A regular dress shirt from the label usually hits the shelves between $120 and $160, yet the fabric itself, a lightweight cotton poly blend, runs just $3 to $5 per meter. Factor in wages, trims, and shipping, and the total landed cost lands around $8 to $12. Everything else gets swallowed by licensing deals, store markups, and a marketing spend that regularly dwarfs the price of the raw materials. The parent group pours serious money into heritage storytelling and seasonal campaigns, then hands those bills straight to shoppers. What you end up with is not a premium garment. You are buying a recognizable emblem stitched onto everyday fabric. Country Road's premium is steep, but among the big local players, it is only the opening act. 9th place belongs to Politics, the entry-level option in the local premium scene. Still, its tags tell another tale. A basic tee from this line regularly sells for $70 to $100, even though it uses standard mid-weight jersey sourced through large-scale contracts. There is no link to specialist Australian tailoring or top-tier cloth, just the pull of the Politics name on a polyester cotton mix. The company handles everything in-house rather than through outside licenses, yet it still funnels millions into nationwide advertising and store fit-outs. The finished piece costs about $12 to make, but reaches the rack after nearly 8 times that markup. Most of what you pay covers the name, not any leap in construction or durability. In short, you are buying the logo, not the garment. 8th spot goes to Calibra, a once proud label that has become a licensing machine. The original New York-inspired edge has faded, and today's shirts come almost entirely from third-party factories spread across Asia. With the founder long gone, design direction now rests with a conglomerate rather than any in-house studio. Standard Caliber shirts sit on shelves between $100 and $140, while the landed cost per unit hovers near $13 after the manufacturer adds its own margin. The balance disappears into royalty payments and a web of creative fees owed to the trademark holder. What remains is a product that trades on past reputation and a familiar name while offering almost no connection to the careful design that once defined it. 7th place highlights Rod and Gun and its promise of approachable luxury that often falls short in practice. Consider their belts, typically made from bonded leather, scrap leather fibers pressed with polyurethane and coated to imitate full-grain hide. These pieces sell for $90 to $130. Material and production costs sit between $2 and $4. The bigger issue is longevity. Bonded leather tends to peel and crack after 2 to 4 years, especially around the buckle. While the brand sells sophistication, you are really purchasing a short-life accessory engineered to look expensive until the surface starts to flake. Verdict: the price buys the name and the campaign, not lasting material quality. Kasubi rounds out the top 6 markups with shirts that push the brand-first approach even further inside the same competitive space. Tops carrying the Subi name usually retail between $130 and $190. Production often shares factories and standards with other mid-tier labels, yet the company maintains a 58% gross margin by charging extra purely for the label inside the collar and the marketing machine behind it. The only real distinction is the branding, not the cloth or stitching. Two similar shirts can leave the same plant with one priced far higher to support a dual strategy approach. Verdict: the clearest example of identical output sold at wildly different levels to chase status. Number 5 introduces Academy Brand, a mass market player that brings real openness to its model. Every product page spells out the exact fabric makeup. For basics like their organic cotton tees, the brand even highlights licensed use of certified Australian-grown cotton, known for long staples and reliable performance. While many labels stay vague, Academy brand tees typically sell for $25 to $40, with a markup of just 3 to 4 times the production cost. That is far below the multiples charged by heavy logo names. The brand's clear sharing of sources and costs sets a benchmark for straightforward pricing at volume. Shoppers know they are paying for confirmed materials and practical design, not for advertising or a stitched emblem. Fourth place goes to Assembly Label and its straightforward honesty in the dress shirt category. Every listing details not only 100% cotton poplin, but also the precise thread count, a detail rarely shared by mid-tier rivals. Shirts range from $80 to $130, and the direct-to-consumer setup cuts out wholesale layers that bloat prices elsewhere. By openly publishing fabric details and construction notes, Assembly Label lets buyers judge value on facts rather than vague claims. Typical markup sits around 2 to 3 times the landed cost, reflecting genuine investment in materials and labor instead of oversized ad budgets. This clarity moves the discussion from marketing slogans to measurable standards and paves the way for brands that go even deeper into custom work. Third spot is claimed by Charlton, which flips the script with a limited release model that wipes out excess stock and trims retail markups to the bone. Every shirt or pair of chinos starts as a small batch drop, where buyers commit early and production only begins once the run is fully supported. The approach means no overproduction, and the savings flow straight to the customer. Pieces crafted from Japanese fabrics and finished locally usually land between $75 and $110, a price that mirrors the true expense of quality materials and local labor rather than promotion costs. Each drop openly names the mill and origin, giving complete visibility. By cutting out warehouses, unsold inventory, and advertising overhead, Charlton delivers supply chain honesty that larger names simply cannot copy. Number 2 is MJ Bale, which has transformed the made-to-measure shirt game by placing openness and solid construction at the center. Every order starts with a precise fit system that turns your measurements into a pattern shaped exactly for you rather than a standard size. Construction stands out, with single needle stitching throughout, delivering neater seams and better long-term wear than the double needle shortcuts used in most ready-to-wear pieces. Fabric choices are equally clear. Each option lists thread count, country of origin, and weave type, so you know precisely what you are buying. Prices run from $110 to $190, reflecting the actual labor and cloth required for made-to-measure work instead of a marketing surcharge. By sharing its full bill of materials and cost breakdown, MJ Bale creates a direct line between what you pay and what ends up on your back. The outcome is value rooted in real quality and straight talk. And finally, in first place, P. Johnson offers a level of openness that sets it apart in Australian tailoring. Every blazer or suit jacket carries a clear label stating whether it uses half canvas or full canvas construction, and this detail appears on the product page long before you click buy. That half canvas build, which provides superior drape and lifespan compared with glued versions found in most department store options, is priced between $450 and $750. That is less than half what many rivals charge for the same technique, often well over $1,200 for comparable jackets. The direct-to-consumer route removes extra retail and licensing layers that push prices higher elsewhere, keeping the final markup at 2 to 3 times the landed cost. Here, the price genuinely matches the craftsmanship and materials, not a promotional budget. For buyers, this is one of the few times the name, the build, and the cost line up in complete honesty. Across all 10 labels, one truth stands out. The ticket price seldom matches the actual quality inside. It is the expense of the branding engine versus genuine construction. In Australian men's fashion, what you hand over often covers marketing rather than the cloth on your back. Real value has nothing to do with status. It comes down to transparency and how the piece is put together. Choose carefully. Dress for yourself.